Have you ever woken up, looked in the mirror, and thought to yourself, when did time start moving this fast? Maybe your joints feel a little stiffer, or your energy dips more often than it used to. Maybe the days feel just as full, but your body doesn't bounce back quite like it once did. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's something most people don't realize. Aging doesn't happen in one big moment. It's not about turning 60 or 70 or even 80. It's about the little choices we make every single day, the quiet decisions, the seemingly ordinary habits. That's where the real story of aging is written. And the good news? You have more control than you think. In today's video, we're diving into 5 small but powerful lifestyle tweaks that can actually help you age slower. Yes, even after 60. These aren't complicated routines or expensive treatments. They're simple shifts that you can start right now. And with time, they add up in a big way. Not just more years in your life, but more life in your years. Let's start with something most of us overlook: how we move our bodies. Now, I'm not talking about training for a marathon or spending hours at the gym. I'm talking about daily movement, the kind that fits into real life. Gentle, regular activity can do wonders for slowing the aging process, especially when it becomes part of your rhythm. Think about how easy it is to spend entire days sitting, watching TV, reading, even chatting on the phone. It feels harmless, right? But over time, being sedentary can lead to stiff joints, slower digestion, and weaker muscles. It can chip away at your independence. And that's why just 20 to 30 minutes of gentle movement, like a morning walk, some stretching, or even light gardening, can be a game changer. The trick is to stay consistent, not perfect. Some days, it might just be walking around the house or doing a bit of housework with music playing in the background. That counts. It all counts. The point isn't intensity. It's keeping your body in motion, like a river, not a pond. Now, let's talk about something that can sneak up on you even faster than stiff joints: stress. It's one of those things we all deal with. But after 60, it can have a bigger impact than most people think. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel tired. It actually speeds up aging from the inside out. It affects your memory, your immune system, even how your skin looks. And here's the tough part. Sometimes we don't even realize we're stressed. We just call it being busy or getting through the day. But our bodies know. That's why one of the most important tweaks you can make is giving yourself permission to slow down and breathe. Literally. A few minutes of deep breathing in the morning. A quiet cup of tea without distractions. A short walk where you don't bring your phone. These little pauses send a message to your body. You're safe. You're okay. And that message helps turn down inflammation, lower your blood pressure, and bring your nervous system back into balance. You don't need a meditation app or a perfect routine. You just need to notice when your shoulders are tense, when your breath is shallow, and then gently bring yourself back to center. Even if it's just for a minute or two, that small act of awareness is like medicine for the aging process. And while we're on the subject of healing, there's one more area that gets overlooked far too often: connection. Not just being around people, but truly connecting, feeling heard, feeling valued. After 60, loneliness isn't just an emotional issue, it's a health issue. It's been linked to heart problems, cognitive decline, even shorter life expectancy. But here's the beautiful part. Connection doesn't need to be big or dramatic. It can be calling an old friend just to say hi, smiling at someone in the grocery store, starting a small conversation with a neighbor, or joining a local group that meets once a week to chat, walk, or share a hobby. Even watching a video like this, where we talk heart to heart, this is a kind of connection too, because you're not alone, not in how you feel, not in what you're going through, and not in your desire to live well, fully, and vibrantly, no matter your age. Aging slower isn't about fighting time. It's about partnering with it, about learning what your body and mind truly need, and offering it with love, gentle movement, calming your thoughts, and staying connected. These are 3 gifts you can give yourself starting today. They don't cost anything. They don't require a big life overhaul. Just a shift in awareness, a little intention, and a willingness to keep showing up for yourself. Now that we've talked about how your body moves, how your mind rests, and how your heart connects, let's explore even more simple changes that can support your journey. Because this isn't about adding years to your life. It's about making the years you already feel fuller, lighter, and more joyful. So far, we've talked about moving your body with intention, managing daily stress, and nurturing real human connection. These may seem simple on the surface, but they're powerful. The kind of powerful that builds slowly, like water shaping stone. And that brings us to the next lifestyle tweak, a surprisingly overlooked one that's right under your nose every day: sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I don't sleep like I used to, and I've tried everything. You're not alone. As we age, it's common for sleep patterns to shift. Maybe you fall asleep easily but wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. Or maybe you lie in bed for hours before finally drifting off. It can be frustrating, even exhausting. But here's the thing. Poor sleep isn't just annoying. It can quietly accelerate aging. When your body doesn't get enough rest, it misses out on vital repair processes. Your brain doesn't clear out waste as efficiently. Your skin doesn't regenerate as well. And your immune system starts to falter. Over time, all of that adds up. So how we fix it? The goal isn't necessarily to sleep more, but to sleep better. And the key to better sleep often starts before your head ever hits the pillow. One of the easiest ways to support better rest is to create a gentle wind-down ritual. Not a rigid routine, just a calming rhythm that tells your body, it's time to slow down. That might look like dimming the lights an hour before bed, turning off the TV and reading something peaceful instead, or sipping a warm drink that doesn't contain caffeine, maybe chamomile tea or warm water with a splash of lemon. Your mind may be busy, but your body responds to signals. And when you treat your evenings like a soft landing, your sleep becomes deeper, steadier, and more restorative. And don't underestimate the power of daytime habits on nighttime sleep. Getting morning sunlight, even just for 10 minutes, helps reset your body's internal clock. It tells your brain, this is morning, which means when evening rolls around, your body's natural sleep signals become stronger. It's all connected, and you have the tools to guide it gently. Now, let's shift from the bedroom to the kitchen, because what you eat can be just as powerful as how you rest. And this next tweak isn't about cutting things out. It's about adding in something beautiful, colorful, whole foods. At this stage of life, your body craves nutrients, not just calories. It wants foods that heal, not just fill. Every vibrant fruit, every leafy green, every spoonful of beans or oats is like a message to your cells. Stay strong, stay balanced, stay alive. When you fill your meals with natural colors, red tomatoes, green spinach, orange sweet potatoes, you're feeding your body antioxidants. These little compounds work behind the scenes to protect your cells from aging. They fight off damage from the environment, from stress, and even from a natural wear and tear of living. And don't worry, you don't need to eat like a health guru. This isn't about perfection. It's about balance and variety. Maybe that means adding a handful of blueberries to your breakfast, or roasting some carrots with dinner, or choosing whole grains like brown rice instead of white bread once or twice a week. Those small shifts create ripple effects in your energy, your skin, your digestion, even your mood. Another beautiful bonus: when you eat more whole foods, you naturally crowd out the stuff that weighs you down, like heavily processed meals or excess sugar. You feel lighter. Your digestion improves. You don't crash in the afternoon. You begin to trust your body again. And one more thing, don't forget the power of hydration. Many people over 60 don't realize that the sensation of thirst weakens with age. You might be mildly dehydrated without even knowing it. A glass of water first thing in the morning, sipping herbal tea through the day, adding water-rich foods like cucumbers or watermelon to your meals. It all helps your body stay fluid, energized, and clear. So when you think about slowing aging, don't just think about stopping wrinkles or preventing disease. Think about nourishing from within. Sleep, movement, food, and breath, they all send messages to your cells. And those messages shape how you feel, how you move, and how deeply you enjoy the years ahead. There's no magic bullet, but there are magical patterns, small things done consistently with love and care. And now, we're getting close to the final tweak on our list. one that may surprise you because it's often overlooked, yet has the power to bring everything together and elevate how you live every day. Now, let's talk about the final tweak, one that doesn't get nearly enough attention but might just be the secret ingredient to a longer, more joyful life. Curiosity. Yes, curiosity. You might be wondering what staying curious has to do with aging slower. But think about it. What happens when someone stops being curious? When they stop exploring, stop learning, stop engaging the world around them. Their days start to look the same. Their conversations shrink, and their world slowly narrows. But when you stay curious, even in small ways, your brain stays active, your sense of purpose stays sharp, and most importantly, you stay connected to new ideas, to people, to possibilities. And that kind of connection is like fertilizer for your spirit. This doesn't mean you need to pick up a textbook or learn a new language, unless you want to. Curiosity can be as simple as asking more questions, reading a different kind of book, watching a documentary instead of another rerun, trying new spice in your cooking, taking a different route on your morning walk, saying yes to a community event, even if you're not sure who you'll see there. Each time you choose to explore something, even a little, it sparks something inside you. It tells your brain, we're still growing, we're not done yet. And that message echoes all through your body. Studies have shown that people who stay mentally and socially engaged into their later years not only live longer, they live better. And here's the beautiful part. Curiosity often leads to joy. The more open you are to trying new things, the more likely you are to stumble into something delightful. Maybe it's a new hobby. Maybe it's a new friend. Maybe it's simply the joy of knowing you learned something you didn't know yesterday. Aging slowly isn't just about slowing down. It's about continuing to expand, continuing to live. And sometimes slowing the aging process means waking up with a mindset that today still holds something worth discovering. Let's take a moment now to gently bring it all together. You've heard how movement, even just a little, isn't just good for your muscles but for your mind. You've heard how managing stress gives your heart and immune system the space to breathe. You've heard how deep sleep is your body's built-in repair system, how colorful, whole foods can be your daily medicine, and how curiosity might be the flame that keeps everything burning bright. These aren't wild, impossible things. They don't require a huge budget or a personal trainer or the perfect kitchen or a complete lifestyle overhaul. They're gentle shifts, thoughtful tweaks, intentional choices, and you don't have to do them all at once. Maybe today, it's drinking one more glass of water than you did yesterday. Maybe it's walking to the mailbox and back with a little more awareness. Maybe it's calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while just to hear their voice. Maybe it's getting curious about something new. Anything at all. Because at this stage of life, it's not about chasing youth. It's about embracing vitality. It's about living with intention, with purpose, with joy. You've earned the right to feel good in your body, to feel clear in your mind, and to feel whole in your heart. And if no one has told you this lately, you're doing better than you think. You have wisdom that only time can teach. You have stories in your bones. And you still have so many beautiful moments ahead. Let's make them count. If something in this video spoke to you, if you're going to try just one of these lifestyle tweaks, leave a comment and share it. We'd love to hear what you're doing to age slower and live fuller. And if you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more uplifting, practical guidance on staying well and staying strong through every season of life. You're not done growing. You're just getting better at it. Here's to living your best life at any age. You've got this.